All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be taking you through class. We'll be using some short TheraBands today as well as a long one. Totally optional. If you don't have them, not a problem. Let's go ahead and come on up to your feet. All right, place your feet just outside the hips. Bring your hands in front of your chest. We're gonna go 3 cycles of breathing. So ground it into your feet, breathe in, reach up. Nice deep breaths, and then exhale, relax those arms down, open the chest. Good job, twice more. Pull the chin in, lengthen up out of the hips as you breathe. Deep breaths and relax. Fantastic, last time. Breathe and stretch, and down and relax. Fantastic, from here, we're just gonna interlace those hands, reach straight out in front of your body, bend to those knees, and we're gonna rotate to one side, back to center, and then rotate to the opposite side. Just nice and gentle here. Get some gentle movement through the midsection. Let's go about twice each side. Over, back to center, and second time, second side. Very good. We're gonna go side stretch next. One hand on the hip, reaching up to overhead. Peer up to that hand and breathe. Nice deep breath as you reach. One more breath here. Breathe and reach. And down and relax. Same thing other side. Reaching up, turn that palm up, stretching across. 2 nice deep breaths. And down and release. Fantastic. Go ahead and let your arms be nice and heavy at the sides and start to swing through the hips. Good job. Exhaling as those hands kind of lightly slap into the body. There you go. Just smile if you feel funny. Arms are heavy. And even if you don't feel funny, it's all right to smile. Just keep it nice and smooth. All right, we're gonna go good mornings next. Walk the feet in, toes pointed straight ahead. Cross the arms over your shoulders. Dip into those knees, and now you're gonna bow forward, sending your hips back, looking down towards the floor. Stand straight up, looking straight ahead. Long spine, bowing forward, and standing tall. Let's go about 3 more here. If you tend to be pretty flexible in the back of the legs, don't go beyond about 90 degrees there. And straight up, fantastic. And let's go hands behind the head the last couple. Shoulders down, pulling those elbows back, opening through the chest. Bowing forward, standing tall, last time, over, and up. Fantastic. We're gonna go calf stretch next. Find somewhere that you can set your heel down, prop that toe up, and sink into that stretch. Stretching out the lower part of the back of the leg. And you can keep that leg extended. If that stretch starts to go away, you don't feel it so much, you can bend the knee in a little bit, and then extend the leg back out. Bend the knee in and extend. One more, it's just super subtle. It only bends in like an inch or 2 and then extend it back out. And then let's switch sides. Same thing, other side, heel down, toe up. Start with that leg straight. Hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds. And as you'd like, just a slight bend of that knee, kind of pushing it in towards my box here, or maybe you have a chair or a wall. A couple more times. And release. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and step your left foot forward, right foot back, interlace the hands, stretch up nice and tall. If you prefer, you can come into a lunge for this. Otherwise, staying tall, push those hips forward, and you're gonna just gently rotate towards your front leg. Reaching up, rotate towards that front leg, get a nice opening in that back hip, and pushing that hip open, firing the glute of that trail leg. Kind of reach and open, and then down and release in between sides. Just sidestep and open through the chest. Very good. And then when you're ready, now you'll step your left foot back. Interlace the hands and stretch tall. Make sure that front foot's firmly planted. And now we're going to start to shift that hip forward, lifting up, push that hip forward, and again, rotating towards your front leg. It's like you're trying to look over your right shoulder. Just gentle rotation. Nice deep breath there and release. Fantastic. You can repeat that hip opener, or as able, grab the foot, lifting up here, quad stretch next, pulling the heel towards the glute. Very good. Working some balance here at the same time. Let's go about 10 more seconds. And just focus to keep lifting up the whole time. Don't let your hips kind of drop down. So lift up, 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. Set that foot down, lifting up, balance as needed. Grab that opposite foot. Good job. Good focus. Good, looking straight ahead. Let's go about 10 more seconds, just gently pulling that foot towards the back side of the body. 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna switch up the order of what was emailed. We're gonna start with the lateral walks, kind of get some good blood flow. It's gonna be a good prep for the next piece, getting ready for some squats. So if you do have a short band, you're gonna put it around. Some people put it down on the ankles. I personally like it just underneath my knees, but if you like it lower on the legs, you can put it down on the ankles. All right, so with or without the band, what we're gonna be doing here, you're gonna kind of come down into like a defensive stance. Like if you ever played basketball back in the day, I didn't, but we can pretend. Tall chest, and we're just gonna be doing some lateral steps here. Step into the side, and you get to choose how many steps do you do, depending upon your space. All right, so we'll go upwards of a minute, shaking it out whenever you need. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Feet firmly planted, chest nice and tall. Nice smooth step, staying low. There you go. Nice and smooth. So this gets all those activators firing to the lower legs. That's it, just nice, smooth breathing. Stepping it out. Fantastic. We're 30 seconds in. We're going to go another 15 here. Very good. And a couple more steps. 2, 1, and relax. Good job. If you can, just going to keep that band on the legs. From here, we're going to either hold a front plank, or if you're pretty proficient in your planks, we're gonna go into a side plank roll. So again, either a front plank on the forearms or start on your side. And here we go. If you're on the side plank, you just roll to one side, come to one, lifting up, and then back to the other. I'll tell you about every 15 seconds here. We'll go upwards of a minute. Really key on those side plank rolls. Be aware and be like precise in trying to have your hips and shoulders move at the same time. That's 25 seconds. I told you I'd tell you 15. Woo. Nice and smooth, lifting up. There's 30. We're going to take a full minute here. So if you need a little bit more rest, don't worry about going the whole minute. Hips as level as you can. Nice and smooth. You really don't want those hips to drop in. That's 45 seconds just over. We got 10 seconds left. This is set 1 of 3. And 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Making your way back up to the feet. Banded walks again if you have them. If not, it's just a monster walk. And we're going to go a little bit forward and backwards this time. So standing nice and tall, and then crouching down, little defensive stance. Here we go. And then stepping out. If you do have a band, you kind of push out against the band. As you step, I step forward, and now I'm going to walk back. So even without the band, it's good practice. Forward steps, backward steps. Heel to toe. And we're going to end with the lateral. So keep pushing your knees nice and wide. There you go. Chest tall. Just over 30 seconds. We're going to go a total of 45 here. Starting to feel those lateral hips fire. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rotate. Good job. Taking it back down to the plank. So again, either holding that front plank or side plank rolls. Going up in 5. Either way, I prefer to be on the elbows here. So on the forearms, we're just watching those hips. And 2, 1, here we go. So keep that belly button pulled in. You want to do the side plank rolls. You'll shift your weight to one side. Keep those hips nice and high and gradually shift to the other side, lifting up, rolling through. Nice and smooth. That's our first 15 seconds. Try to roll slow. You'll have better control that way. Think about keeping your top shoulder and that side of the hip nice and in alignment. That's 30 seconds in. And we have a full minute on these planks. Lifting up, nice and smooth. Fantastic. That's 45 seconds. Keep breathing strong. Hips and shoulders level, almost there. And 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Final time. I'm going to go back to that lateral walk. If you want to do a variation thereof, you can. All right, 2, 1, here we go. So weight in the heels, chest tall, stepping laterally. You know, anywhere between 5 to 10 steps one way, and then take it the other direction. Maybe you have a smaller space. Maybe it's 2 to 3 steps one way, and then you reverse it. No big deal. Whatever's best for you. Fantastic. Hold that midline strong. So we're building that back posture as well to stay nice and tall. Fantastic. That's 30 seconds. Just 15 more. Well done. And 2, 1, and transition. Good job. Final time back for the plank. Then we're going to have a little bit of stretching. All right. On the forearms, and 2, 1, here we go. Pull that belly button in, holding straight on, or gradually shift the weight, hips and shoulders together onto one elbow, and then lifting up as you rotate around to the other side. Very intentional here. We're over 20 seconds in. Pulling that belly button up and in, that's 30 seconds. Halfway there. Shifting over. Good work. Keep breathing and holding everything nice in alignment. That's 45. Final 15 seconds coming up. You need to take a break, do it. Better to take a break than to lose form. And 2, 1, all done there. Fantastic. If you have a band around your leg, let's go ahead and slide it off. If water's nearby, please feel free to grab a drink. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs. We're going to start with the double knee to chest, kind of stretching out the low back a bit. All right, so pull both knees into the chest. Just rock yourself gently side to side. And then let's extend your right leg straight out. Pull the left knee towards the left shoulder and go ahead and roll that ankle around. About 3 to 5 one way. And about 3 to 5 the other. Once you've rolled that ankle both directions, go ahead and switch sides. Extend the left, pull the right knee towards the right shoulder, and ankle rolls on this side. Actively push that left thigh into the floor as well. Help open up the inner thigh as you're waking up the ankles here. Fantastic. We're going to go figure 4 next. Left foot on top of the right thigh and gently hug that leg in. Pull that chin in. Feel free to close the eyes here. Breathe. Nice deep breaths. You want to kind of add this right leg. You can extend that right leg straight up. Point the foot towards the ceiling. Pull the foot back towards your face. extending the knee, and then bend that knee down and in. A couple times here. We're extending, pointing away, pull towards your face. We're getting that big old sciatic nerve sliding in the back of your leg by doing this. One more time, extending, keep that guy moving. Point the foot, pull that foot back towards your face, and then bend that knee back down. One more hug, saying hello to that outer left hip. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. Same thing, other side. Right foot to the left thigh and hug that side in. Breathe here. Just focus on that right hip first. Don't rush ahead. And then when you're ready, left leg up, extending, point the foot away, pull it back towards your face, and then bend that knee down and in. Twice more on your own. Bend. One more time. Point, lift, bend it in, and just take a moment here. Another couple of breaths, opening up that outer right hip. And go ahead and release. Fantastic. We're going to go glute bridge next. Knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Set those shoulder blades back and down, and then pulling that chin in towards your chest as you push those hips up and forward. Pausing in the top, thinking about lengthening through the low back, even down here on the floor. Just imagine if you're trying to lengthen instead of jam down there. Just about 3 to 5 here. Pausing in the top, get a good opening in the front of the hip, and at the same time activating that backside, getting those glutes to fire. Good job. 1 to 2 more. Up and hold. And then after this, we're going to go 2 knee twists. Down and relax. Good job. For the 2 knee twist, knees are going to come up and together, and then you're going to take both legs over to one side of the body, look over the opposite shoulder. And then pulling them up and across, and same thing other side. Remember to turn your head towards the other side. And just, how far do you want to go here? Use your midline to kind of control the legs. Comment here to get a little adjustment in the low back so you can decide if that feels good for you. Pull them in and across. Same thing other side. Last time on this opposite side. And then go ahead and release. Good job. Once you've evened yourself out side to side there, we're going to repeat our quad stretch. First time we did it standing. Now we're going to do it down here on our side. Getting ready for some squats. So grab the foot of the top leg and pull that heel towards the glute. Gently driving that thigh back. All right, we have some squatting and some bent over rows coming up next. Say you want to, we're going to do it as squatting on the left arm, so holding the weight in one arm, and then going immediately into squatting on the right arm. If you don't want a full minute of squatting, you can always just join us for 30 seconds and hold the weight underneath your chin. Go ahead and switch sides, swing it around, and then we're going to go 30 seconds of a left arm row, 30 seconds of a right arm row. I'm going to be using the bench here as support and also showing some versions from like a stagger stance. So if you don't have anything to support your hand on, seat of a chair, anything, you can just use your body. That's totally fine. Good job. About 10 more seconds here on this quad. And then we're going to make our way back up to our feet. All right, go ahead and release that. And let's make our way up, coming into down dog first. So placing the hands underneath the shoulders, turn the toes under, drive those hips nice and high. And we're just going to gently open up that mid back, pushing the head between the arms. Kind of pulse back and forth while you try to lift your hips nice and high. And then let's just give a little bit more love to those calves, walking out the heels once again. Dropping one heel down and then the other. Fantastic. And when you're good there, set the feet a little bit wider, inchworm your way up, walking your hands up. Go ahead and come on up to your feet. All right, once we get up here, let's warm up our squats. So you're gonna set your feet about hip width apart, slight toe out, chest nice and tall, and we're just gonna gradually send those hips back, reach the arms out as a counterbalance, sinking down as far as you're confident, standing tall. Good job. Let's get anywhere between like 3 and 5 here, taking your times, dropping back, Really important that you keep those heels firmly planted. But so often when people focus on the heels, they lift their toes up. So see if you can keep your heels planted and push your big toe down into your shoe at the same time, or onto the floor if you're barefoot. All the way down and all the way up. Fantastic. All right, anything else that you want to add in if anything else is feeling stiff? Otherwise, with the squatting, if you want to hold weight, we're going to hold weight in one arm. So we're going to start with it in your left arm. I'll start on the right, and it'll look just like this, squatting with it on one side. I'm going to switch at the 30-second mark, so we'll have a straight minute, and then we're going to go into a bent over row after that. All right, let me know if there's any questions. Otherwise, we're going to start with that squat here in 10 seconds. So feet about hip width apart, slight toe out, and 2, 1, here we go. Reaching back, standing smooth. First of 3 rounds here, so pace yourself into it. Focus on the depth of your squat and the positioning of your knees. Diane, try not to hold the weight out in front, but right at the shoulder. So keeping it close, elbow bent, that looks better. Good job. Under 10 seconds, we're just going to switch arms and just go right to it. And 2, 1, and switching sides. And go ahead and continue your squats. Fantastic. Again, a little bit higher volume here, so if you're newer to this, feel free to kind of rest the second half or just really pace yourself. Sinking back. And when we're holding weight on one side of the body, you know, we're working against like a counter rotation. So we're just focused to not let our torso twist. 1 to 2 more. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. We're going to go to a bent over row next. So you can have one hand on the bench, reaching forward and rowing, or in a stagger stance, just like so. Starting in 5, and 2, 1, here we go. So single arm, reaching forward, elbow comes nice and high towards the ceiling. And then coordinate the breathing. So exhale as you row, inhale as you reach. Good job. Looking to hold that head fairly neutral. So chin in, kind of look down at your non-working hand or front foot if you're on the stagger stance. And 2, 1, and rotate. We're going to go same thing, other side. Nice long stance, good base of support. 2, 1, here we go. Reaching forward, rowing through. We're going to have a 30-second break after this in between sets. You need to make any changes to the weights you're using. Give you a second to grab some water. And as always, if you don't quite feel ready to start yet after 30 seconds, just give yourself a little bit longer. If you're on the recording, that makes it easy. Just press pause. Reach forward, elbow high. Keep that shoulder down out of the ear. And 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. 30-second rest. Set 1.
Quick question, Shauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the squats, when I go down, my knees are feeling a little sore today. No pain, but sore. Is that okay? I mean, I kind of looked at my form and my knees are out. So just, yeah.
So basically it should feel better as you go. If they start to continue to feel stiff, maybe just give a little bit of break. You could do like some deadlifts instead if your knees just need a little break from squatting today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go in 10 seconds. You'll be in your left arm. Set those feet about hip width apart, and 2, 1, and here we go. So pretty common to some days more than others, you might feel a little stiffness in your joints. So what we were talking about there is ideally you want to feel better as you move. If your body doesn't really feel like it's loosening up, or if it's the pain and stiffness continues, then maybe just give your body a break from that exercise for the day. If you're not sure what else to do, just ask. Smooth breathing. Getting ready to switch arms here. And 2, 1, and rotate. Same thing, opposite arm. Eyes up. Fantastic. Really keep that chest tall. Driving through your feet to stand. So push your legs into the floor. That's where you generate your power, pushing down as you stand. Rest of the body is basically helping your body to hold posture and hold position. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Bend over row. Let's go your left arm. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Neutral head. It's nice and simple here. Reaching down, pulling that elbow straight up.
So Shauna, on the squats, I'm having trouble getting back up. So I think it's just weakness, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So you think what it is?
One down.
I get all the way down and then I'm like, whoa, you know, pulling it back up.
Chair to help. 2, 1, rest and rotate. So Diane, could you have a chair and use a little bit of like an assist until you get your strength back? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Left opposite arm, you're right, going high. Great job. Smooth breathing. And it's good practice as well to pause in that top. So as you pull that weight in, just hold it for a moment and then reaching for the next rep. Especially if you are like, man, I could probably go a little bit heavier. You can always add pauses to make it more challenging and rest. Good job. We'll take 30 seconds to that last set. So Diane, what I was saying is like if you had a chair nearby, if you could kind of hold on to the chair, sink back, and then just use a little bit of the upper body to help you come up out of that bottom. Or you can lower the depth of what you're squatting to as well.
Yeah, typically I don't have any trouble getting back up. You know, it's pretty smooth. But today it could be that I was just going so far down.
Yeah, it could be that as well. Make sure you don't get so far down that you lose engagement.
Yeah.
So we don't want to just kind of like sit in the bottom. You want to stay nice and engaged the whole time.
Yep.
All right. 10 seconds. Thanks for the questions, everybody. That's the whole point of being live. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last time on the squats. Good breathing. There you go. Looks good, Diane. Nice job, Sharon, staying tall. Got a Jean. 10 seconds till we switch arms. Woo. 2, 1, and switch. Final 30 seconds of these squats here. Fantastic. There you go, 15 seconds left. Up. Fantastic, everybody. Final 5 seconds. Good rhythm. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Just the rows left. We'll take a little break. All right, pick the arm you're going to start on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squeeze at the top. So when I say squeeze, I'm like trying to squeeze my shoulder blade in towards my middle of my spine there. We row to help set that strength in that mid back. Helps our shoulder blade to be positioned better on our rib cage, which is going to help our posture. We want to stay tall, have good posture as we age. Couple more. Reach down, pull through. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. One more arm. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Stay connected to your breathing. Try to find that rhythm of your breath with each exercise. That shoulder blade moving to that full range, reaching forward in the bottom, retract it back and in, pause, 10 seconds. Really quality reps here to finish. Fantastic. Hold, release, last one, and relax. Fantastic. Let's grab a little drink. Alrighty. Let's kind of loosen that up with a behind the back stretch next. Wide base stance, interlace the hands best as able. Watch not to arch, so ribs down, lifting up. You can stay here or ground down into your legs and send those hips back, bowing forward. Few nice deep breaths. Focus the breathing in the back of the rib cage, trying to expand that rib cage. One more time. And release when you're ready. Come on up. Let's go toe touch next. So walk your feet in, toes straight ahead. Stand tall, chin to the chest, and then slide the hands down. Just say hello to the back side of the body. Breathing in the back again. Holding strong in your legs and coming up when you're ready. Fantastic. And then we're going to go stagger stance. We're going to open those hip flexors once again, but we're going to add a tricep stretch with it this time. So whichever leg you have back, I'm on my right leg back. I'm going to reach that same side, arm up, bend the elbow, grab that elbow, and now we'll send the hips forward and bend your body, bend your torso to your front leg. So I shift that hip forward and side bend. Don't let that head drop down, Sharon. So head up, looking straight ahead. Yep, there, that's better. And then take it straight to the side, not falling forward. Good job. Typically, I feel that all the way down into my torso there. And release. Shake it out. Same thing, opposite side. Switch the legs. Reaching tall. Pull that chin in. Lengthen through that spine and neck. Grab that elbow. And we're going to focus on that hip first. So I first want to shift that hip forward, squeezing the glutes, making sure that front foot is firmly planted, and then I'm going to bend to the side. Fantastic. And as you shift that hip forward, try to fire the glute of that trail leg. Try to wake it up, squeeze it. Fantastic, and release. All right, everybody. So 3 exercises to finish. You can do a bent over row, bend into the knees, bow forward, rowing here, okay? Or the seated row to start with the band, placing it around one foot, reaching down, rowing in, okay? Second exercise, those of you that were saying the knees are a little bit stiff, I would say take a break from the squatting and just do the overhead portion of the thruster. So you can go full squat to overhead, or those of you that were like, hey, I was a little tired of my squats today, just do the overhead piece here. And not just, but do the overhead piece here. Dip into the heels, push high to overhead. You can hold one weight or one in each hand. And then we finish with some rebounding or jump jacks or your step jacks. So just 3 exercises. I'm going to take you through a full 45 seconds of each with 15 seconds to rest. If you've been a little bit run down recently, rest at 30. So 30 work, 30 rest, okay? So work yourself into it. Don't feel like you have to go the full 45. Any questions before we start? We're gonna go definitely 3 rounds, maybe a 4th. I'm gonna go every other round of a bent over row versus a seated row. I'm gonna start with the bent over row.
So what's the 3 sequences? Is it the?
Yep, that's our first one is the row.
Okay.
Then you're going to go overhead press, and then the cardio.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
All righty. Let's go in 10. If you're doing the standing bent over row, make sure you hold strong in your midline. So slight bend in the knees, hinging at the hips, 2, 1, here we go. Keeping your weight grounded into your legs. On the seated row, instead of a curl, So go ahead and keep working, guys. Instead of curling the elbows in, reach down and row straight back. So reach forward. There you go, Diane. Good. Shoulders back and down. Nice. Sharon, pull that chin in. Don't extend the neck. That's better. Yep. Reach forward and rowing back. That's 30 seconds. So feel free if you want to rest there. Reach and pulling it in. Good, smooth breathing. 2, 1, and that's 45. Good job. We're gonna take 15 seconds, either keeping with some squatting or just that overhead work. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we can go dip and drive, pushing up overhead, or add the squat to it. Ground into those heels. Nice, strong breathing. Nice work. We love the thrusters. That's what we call these full squats to overhead, because the idea is to thrust the hips last quarter of the squat to give that little boost up to overhead. There's 30 seconds. Fantastic. We're gonna go straight in to the cardio work in 2, 1, and rotate. So here we can rebound, skip rope, or jump jacks. Step jacks too, or just dance. If you can bounce a little bit, then I prefer that. It's really good for your lymph flow. Even if you kind of keep your heels on the ground and just lightly bounce. Or dance, just have some fun. Kind of shake up our body in a good way. That's 30 seconds. We'll go another 15. Woo. Nice work. 2, 1, and rest. We'll take 30 seconds in between sets. So we'll start back with either the banded or the bent over row. Grab a quick drink. Nice job. All right, 10 seconds. I'm going to show the banded row again. 5 seconds. So reaching forward, 2, 1, and here we go. Squeeze those elbows in, reach, pull it back and in. Long arms, shoulders down out of the ears, and really focus to sit tall. Those on that bent over version, good job. Holding strong in the legs, standing up anytime you need a break. And as I reach forward, I turn my palms down, and as I pull them in, I rotate the palms up. Reach, rotate in. That's on the seated row with the band. There's 30 seconds, everybody. You want to have a little longer break, shake it out there. And 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Overhead work with the option of the squatting is next. Set those feet about hip width apart, and 2, 1, here we go. Send the hips back, or just standing tall for the overhead. So different options here for you to choose what's best for your body in this day and age, in this moment. We always want to try to leave our ego at the door when it comes to fitness. You want to tap into your intuition. What does the body need today? It's not always intensity. That's 30 seconds. Good, consistent breathing. Nice. 2, 1, and rotate. Right to that cardio. You can also kind of march and punch here if you'd like, or rebound with the option of some jump jacks. Woo. Kind of like the skier hops too, where you kind of just jump your feet back and forth. Gives a nice little rhythm. Pull idea here, increase the heart rate, get some good blood flow, and move that limb from the body too, that little bit of a light bounce if we can. 10 seconds left. Woo. There you go. 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. That's 2 rounds. Let's get a drink. All right, 15 seconds. We back to the row. You can stick with that seated option, or I'm gonna do the bent over this version. All right, going in 5. For that bent over version, bend into the knees, send those hips back, and here we go. Elbows straight up. Focus to pull that belly button in the whole time to support the low back. But this can be a tough posture for people, so be gentle on yourself. If you need a break, just stand up. And then when you're ready, go back into position. 20 seconds in. Squeeze those elbows in, whichever version you're doing. Shoulders down out of your ears. You can pause in the back. That's our 30-second mark. Reach and row. A couple more. Standing tall here, squeeze and release. Good job. Shake it out. Get ready for your overhead work or the squats or the combo thereof. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Sit back, drive through. Fantastic. Great overhead reach there, Jean, nice work. First 15 seconds. Wonderful. Good job. Cheer yourself on here. Support yourself. That's 30 seconds. If you want to take that rest. Woo. Getting ready for that cardio and blood flow. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Bounce around, jump around, dance around. I'm getting whipped by my braid. Woo. There's the first 15 seconds, 30 more to go. Fantastic. Got some running knees going on, nice high knees. That's 30 seconds. 15 to go. Woo. All right, you guys are doing great. We're gonna do one more round after this if you're up for it. 3, 2, 1. There's our rest. Fantastic. All right, 3 down. We are planning for 3 to 4 here today, so if 3 is a good effort for you, just take a break on the 4th. Hang out for the cool down stretch. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to that seated row. We're starting here in 10 seconds. Try to alternate which foot you put your band around. Sit nice and tall. 2, 1, and begin. Reach forward, elbows back. Pause. And breathe. Very good. You're trying to strengthen right between those 2 shoulder blades, reaching forward, holding it back and in. There's our 30-second mark. Bye, Diane. Take care.
It was good.
Thank you.
I wiped out.
Take care, honey. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And transition. Last set of squats coming up. Squats / overhead work, whatever feels best to you. Set the feet, eyes looking straight ahead, and 2, 1, and here we go. Good job. Keep those eyes up now. Good focus. Smooth breathing. exhale as you drive up to overhead. Fantastic. There's the first 15 seconds. Coming up on 30. Awesome, ladies. That's 35 seconds. We got 10 seconds to go. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Just our breathing work left. Dance it out. Pop it out. Or our traditional jumping jacks. Woo! There's our first 15 seconds. Feel free to change it up. Keep that breathing strong and steady, keeping that chest up. Strong finish here. There's 30. I'm gonna end with a little switch jump here. Very good. It's kind of like a virtual battling ropes, hopping at the same time. 2, 1, and all done. Woo! Nice job, nice work. All right, let's start with those calves. Keep ourselves upright, allow that breathing to come down. Heel down, toe up a wall, box, side of the chair. Nice deep breaths. And switch legs when you're ready. Same thing, other side. And just try to stand tall here. Bring those shoulder blades back and down, lifting through the chest. We tend to kind of shrug our shoulders into our ears when we start to get fatigued and tired. And release. Very good. From here, let's go quad stretch, staying up on your feet. Lift up to that midline, grab the foot. You can choose to practice a little bit of balance here at the same time. I always know balance gets harder as you're fatigued. It's hilarious. In the second class, we do a lot more balance work, and I'm a little bit wobbly after our workouts here sometimes. Go ahead and release. Same thing, other side. Lifting up, get that hip into good position, and then grab that opposite foot. And if you can't quite get your foot, don't be hard on yourself. Do the best you can. You can also like lay down and do this stretch like we did earlier. And you can use like a rope or a strap, a scarf even, to pull that foot. It's common. And release there. Fantastic. Let's take it down to the floor. We're going to go child's pose to start. Toes together. Divide your knees out. Reach the arms nice and long in front of your body, and then drop the hips back. Drop your head between your arms. And just focus your breathing into the back of the rib cage. Good job. From here, we're going to come up on all fours, and we're going to get some rotational work for the mid-back. So hand behind the head, elbow to the opposite elbow, lifting up out of your downside shoulder and peer up towards the ceiling. Anywhere between 5 and 10, just at your own rhythm. Close down and open. Try to exhale as you open. So breathe out as you look towards the ceiling. Do my first 5 up here on the palm. If you want to go a little bit deeper into that rotation, you can take it down to the forearm for the last 5. Lift and rotate. I just feel a little bit farther down into my hip when I go down to my forearm. A little bit more into my neck. You know, it changes where you feel tension in your body based upon the day, based upon what you've done or haven't done. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, other side. So again, I'll start up on the hand, elbow to elbow, lifting up out of that bottom shoulder as you rotate, peering towards the ceiling. Go 5 from the hand. And then down to the forearm for 5 more. as you choose, what feels best for your body. Once you finish those, we're going to go back to child's pose. This time we're going to go supinated or palms up. So you're going to take your little fingers together out front in front of your body and then drop down from there. So palms are facing towards the ceiling instead of down towards the floor. Just take about 3 nice deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to open up the inner thighs here to finish. So kicking one leg out to the side, we're going to rock the hip back towards the heel. So you rock forward and then just rocking back. Looking to feel it here on this inner thigh. I try to keep my foot down as well instead of tilting off the sole of the foot. Try to keep the bottom of the foot flat to the floor. Roughly 5 or so, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Pull that leg in, kick the opposite leg out, and rocking that side back. Reach those arms nice and long. Let's go one more here. Kind of stretch that upper body at the same time, stretching it out, and release. And then last one, I'm going to walk the knees in together and dropping the hips side to side here. Quadruped hip rock. Or if you prefer, you could take it onto your back and do 2-knee twist. Just figured we'd finish this direction for a change. Very good. And then we'll turn the toes under, dry those hips high for down dog. Give the calves a little bit more love there, walking out the heels one last time. And then I'm going to swing it around for a seated twist. So again, if you prefer figure 4, go on your back. So I'm going to come down. I said seated twist. Seated figure 4. So I'm going to extend out my left foot. I'm going to take my right foot on top of the left. And then I'm just going to kind of inch my left foot up and in. And looking to hit the hip from here. So kind of open the chest at the same time. And like I said, if you prefer to lie on your back and do it, that's totally fine. Hold about another 15 seconds here. In the seated position, I just like to gently rock my hips side to side a little bit. And then before we switch legs, we're going to extend that left leg back out, and then we're going to sit tall and hug this right leg into the chest. So then we'll go seated twist here. Or if you're on your back, you could go like a single leg twist, bring your leg across the body while lying on your back. If you're seated here with me, sit tall and just peer over that right shoulder, turning your gaze, really exaggerating how tall can you come up out of your spine. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. We're going to go same thing other side. So now we'll extend out the right leg, cross the left foot over the right thigh, and then inch that right foot up and in. Start with that hip stretch. And hold this one about 20 to 30 seconds. More seconds here. And then when you're ready, seated twist or side lying twist, sitting tall, hug that leg in and twisting around. Remember to turn your head in the direction of your twist. Include your neck in that rotation. And 2, 1, and release. All right, everybody. Feel free to add anything else in that your body's asking for. Otherwise, thanks for showing up and moving your body. We'll see you next time.